Man, I'm so excited that I decided to upgrade to OLED. Mitch, come check this thing out.
Dang. This TV looks pretty sweet, man. Kind of looks like there's a little something off with it, though. Did you get this professionally installed?
Yeah, I mean, I paid all the extra money to have it professionally installed and tuned. You think there's something wrong?
Well, I'm not necessarily saying that there's something wrong. I just think that it could possibly look a little bit better than what's going on right now. Are you hooked into the internet?
Yeah, the blue thing, I made sure that was in the wall, so they said the Ethernet was connected, so I'd be really fast connections. Is there something else?
Yeah, man. I mean, it looks really good, but do you think maybe, is it in energy saving mode or something?
No, they put that in dynamic because that was the best for what I wanted to do.
Well, dynamic is pretty cool. Well, how about your HDMI cable? What HDMI cable are you using? Are you using a premium one?
Premium HDMI cable? Are you talking about the HDMI cable that comes in the box of my premium TV?
Justin. Well, hey, man, it's not your fault. A lot of people don't know about premium HDMI cables, but the one that comes with your TV is not a premium HDMI cable.
Well, some guy on Reddit told me that they don't matter, so can you explain to me why they matter? And do you even have any brands that you would recommend?
Well, let me show you, Justin.
Man, has it been a long time since we've touched on AudioQuest. I think 2 years, and it's honestly just time to make a video.
And there's been numerous upgrades to the line. I mean, AudioQuest is really going out there and building the best product on the market, and they've got a huge line of different options. So we're going to go over a couple of them. But first, kind of wanted to touch back to that little skit we had at the beginning. That was a little fun, huh? Wasn't it, Justin?
I mean, I probably got an Oscar for that one if it was ever submitted in a film festival, but
shoot for the stars, land next to your house. I don't know, man. But, going back to then, talking about the HDMI cable that came in the box, this is kind of like what something like that looks in your box, which is a very basic HDMI cable. Now, that's okay because HDMI is a digital connection, and it's going to be giving you your digital from point A to point B, but at what cost, right? So what the weakest part of your system typically is what?
Your HDMI cable.
Your HDMI cable. So one of the suggestions that I tell a lot of the customers that walk through Waltz TV to do with these HDMI cables is, when you open up the box, you just take it and you throw it away. Because if you want the best signal, you want the best TV, you're going to get the best HDMI cable. And there's lots of upgrades, right? I mean, that's like a 15 gigabyte cable, but you can upgrade to like an 18 gigabyte, $20 cable, and that's going to give you your point A to point B directional connection, and that's going to be a little bit better than that. But, you got brass connectors, brass conductors, nothing copper, nothing silver. So we're going to get into that a little bit more, but you can probably toss one of those away too.
Well, with that being said, Mitch, we have some cables here in front of us. These are the 3 most recommended and often purchased HDMI cables through AudioQuest, at least here at Waltz, and there's a reason we carry them. But starting off with our first cable, what are we looking at, Mitch?
So the first one we're going to be talking about, Justin, is actually the Blueberry, and I got the Blueberry right here. This one in particular is a 3-meter one. It comes in a lot of different sizes. You got 0.75 meters, 1.5 meters, 3 meters, 5 meters, etc. We've got a long line of them. They even have a line of extra long HDMI cables for really, really long runs in your house, which is really, really cool that they kind of have that speciality to them and all that kinds of stuff. So Blueberry here at Waltz is our starting AudioQuest cable. This is a 18 gigabyte cable, which offers you 8K, 4K content, and it also offers HDR and EARC. Now, the reason that this cable is so much better is because of the level 1 noise dissipation.
So, Mitch, noise dissipation, from AudioQuest specifically, they do a great job of what?
Well, they do a great job of insulating their cables. Now, the insulation is a lot higher quality than what you would receive on one of those cables that comes with your TV or that $20 cable I was talking about before, because what that's actually doing is it's helping prevent your signals within your house coming through this HDMI cable. That's going to really mess it up if you're allowing that to happen. So Wi-Fi connections, Bluetooth, streaming, radio signals even. I mean, all of those things can affect your HDMI cable and make it perform less. And like we were talking about earlier, where the HDMI cable is the weakest part of your system, if it's not performing well and it's performing less than what it should be, you're not going to get the quality that you're looking for with your brand new OLED TV.
So Mitch, I mean, you talked about all the different radio signals. I know this is not really related, but don't you have a really cool app on your phone that you can actually see all that stuff?
Yeah, it's called Architecture of, let's see here, Architecture of Radio.
Okay.
So that app actually shows you all of the different, I think it's like $2 on the App Store, but it shows you all the different Wi-Fi connections, Bluetooth, radio signals coming in your house. And you'd be pretty amazed how much stuff comes out of those, outlets in your house even. AudioQuest also has a line of power conditioners that, we'll talk about in another video, but a lot of that stuff is coming into your house because you just don't have the proper power conditioning into your home. But I know we're talking about HDMI cables right now, so I'm not going to get into that a whole lot. But, that does affect your HDMI cables too, those radio signals.
Thought I would bring it up because it's a really cool app. But yeah, I mean, so Blueberry. Now, take me through the process of going from Blueberry through, your next step into Forest. What do you get out of Forest that you would want that would make you not get a Blueberry?
Right. Yeah. No. Totally. Well, let me tell you something. In the Olympics, what does first place get? They get a gold medal.
They do.
Second place gets silver.
That's right.
And what's third place get?
A bronze.
Bronze. We're going to call it copper.
See, I'm not really that smart, so that's why I brought Mitch on here.
I appreciate it, Justin. You're a smart cookie too, man. So these guys are Blueberries. They come with your long grain copper, and that's going to be pretty standard across this line. But what the Forest offers now is actually a percentage of silver. So if you could pass me that from over there, I'm just gonna
This one right here.
That's going to be it.
Awesome.
Now you're going to notice this isn't just Forest. This is Fortis 48, right? So 48, that's how many gigabytes per second you're getting on this cable. How many times is that? That's 3 times the amount, man.
That's a lot.
And, I mean, that math doesn't really add up because technically that'd be 54 and this is 48, but we're just saying it for the fun of it. But with 48 gigabytes, what you're getting now, you're getting the 8K content at 60 frames a second. You're getting 4K content at 120 frames a second naturally. And it's going to be nice and fluid motion. Now, the best way to describe a 48 gigabyte cable is saying that it's 4 cables that are doing 12 gigabytes a second each. So they're kind of sharing the load of that connection. But on top of that, you're also getting that silver conductor at the ends of each of these wires. And those silver conductors are going to get you a much more unique, much more reliable connection from your TV to whatever device it is that you're streaming from or playing music from.
So you add that extra silver in there, and it really does help with the overall clarity of what the signal is producing, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like if you're doing some sort of gaming, and you're playing Apex Legends or Call of Duty or Minecraft, whatever it is, and you notice that your lines are a little bit more blurred, a lot of times that's because of your HDMI cables. I mean, personally at home, I play Apex semi-professionally, and the moment that I actually put a cinnamon cable on that, and my lines were so much more perfect. I could see players from much farther away because nothing was really blurred out. It was a really great experience, and even starting at something like the Forest 48 is a really good start.
All right, so I think we covered the Forest. Not a whole lot of changes, but enough to make it worth the jump. What about Cinnamon?
Cinnamon is great. I heard about the Cinnamon Challenge. Heard a lot of people got hurt. Is that what we're talking about?
No, Mitch, we're talking about the Cinnamon HDMI cable from AudioQuest. Come
Obviously. Hand it over here, Justin. This bad boy right here. It's what I got at home. Love this. I even have an Ethernet cable that's a Cinnamon. Look at that. AudioQuest has got pretty much everything.
Yeah, don't they have like 4,000 different cables or something crazy like that?
Couldn't tell you the exact number, but I would not be surprised. Now, Cinnamon, for one, my favorite color, red. But you're also upgrading, right, Justin? Now, the silver, can you take a wild guess of what percentage silver this has got?
Well, the Forest had a 0.5, so I'm going to take a blind guess and guess it's 1.25% silver.
Ring-a-ding-ding, Justin. It is 1.25% silver. And where that extra 0.75 comes in is actually because of the level 3 noise dissipation that Cinnamon now has. So Cinnamon actually, they have a high loss carbon alloy surrounding their copper, long grain copper within the wire that helps with the noise dissipation even more. That's a high loss carbon alloy, so you're getting even more resistance from that radio waves, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. And that extra silver is coming into the conductor too, so you're getting an even harder connection from your units. And, Cinnamon comes in now. Here's the third one we've talked about. I'd like to say that it's the one that makes the biggest difference. I've got nothing bad to say about these guys because these are going to be so much better than anything that comes in your box at home. But this is where I really started to notice the biggest difference. Biggest, I could say bang for your buck. But if you're a big gamer and you're a big movie watcher and you want the crispest lines, you want the best content, the best refresh rate, and you want to win your battle royale, you got to get a cinnamon cable, man.
Man,
This thing is awesome.
I really feel like I will win a battle royale now. Thank you for that,
Yeah.
Mitch.
You play what, Fortnite?
Call of Duty. Fortnite's for little kids, Mitch. Come on, you
Oh,
silly
come on.
goose.
Don't.
Well, that sounds pretty cool as far as the cinnamon goes. I know when they were first kind of coming out, I got a cinnamon cable, and at the time it wasn't 48, but I did notice a huge difference, at least in the picture clarity, and I could even hear some things. So cinnamon probably is the best bang for your buck, and that's what we sell a lot of here to our customers at Waltz. What if you don't want to stop there? You want something that's even crazier, some stuff that we don't necessarily stock, but we can special order. What would that be?
Well, the next step up from cinnamon would be the carbon cable. And, I personally don't know everything about the carbon cable, but you're getting even more silver. You're getting even better conductors, and you're even getting a higher level of noise dissipation. So all of those things all sound like great things to me. Now, personally, have I heard it yet? No. But am I gaming on a cinnamon cable every day? Yes. And if I wanted a better connection and could get a better connection, would I spend the money to do so? I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest reason why we have hand selected these few 3 cables, because although there's a ton out there, these are what we recommend as the best kind of options for, whatever you have, really. The thing about HDMI cables that we should really take away from this is that it's not necessarily going to improve the source of your picture. So you're not going to be getting a better picture, but you can kind of think of it as like, let's say you have 100% of your TV's capabilities, and then your HDMI cable takes it down to 80%. So all you're doing is filling that gap. You're trying to get as little as you can in the data loss as far as connection goes. So, I mean, it's not going to change your picture. It's just going to help you see exactly what you're supposed to see.
That's a good point, Justin. Definitely it's not built to better your system. It's built to give your system the best possible outcome as it can. And those HDMI cables that come in your TV box, they just aren't going to cut it, man.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps up everything in this video. They have some other products which we might make some videos on in the future, but if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. It really does help us out. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested, make sure to email me at youtube@waltz so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.